Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to League of Europe. And this is round 3 of the season. And tonight, we're going to be doing something very, very different. It's our first sprint race format for Season 8 around the Circuit of the Americas for the United States Grand Prix in Austin, Texas. More information about how this is going to work in just a minute. But first of all, I'm going to be introducing my co-commentator. My name is Jesport, and joining me alongside it is, of course, Mr. Liam New, also known as Evil Dragon. How are you doing, and are you excited for this new format?
Yes, it's going to be entertaining to see. Now, of course, if you can hear anything in the background called a very loud fan, that's my PlayStation in full 31-degree heat mode. But we are here in the lovely Austin, Texas, first hosting a race back in 2012, Jess. But for the first time, we're going to get the sprint format, and you can tell us all about it.
Yes, indeed. It's a little bit of information about the track. First, 5.3 kilometres long, and it has 20 corners, and it has a few DRS zones to name it as well. But this is the sprint format, so we are doing it in 3 races this season, the first of which is here tonight in Austin, Texas. And it is a one-shot qualifying, and that will decide the grid for the sprint race. And it will be a 50% sprint, which is 10 laps around Austin, Texas. They do not have to pit. If they get damaged, then it's their problem. And there are points for the top 10 from 10 down to 1. So if you finish in the top 10, you should all be good. Then after that, the sprint race results then decide the grid for the 50% race, which is 28 laps. And then normal points, as usual, for the 50% race. So lots of interesting predicaments. And according to J. Cole, who put in the commentators chat before this race, maximum amount of points available for tonight's race is 37 points, which is obviously the sprint race and the 50% straight after as well. So if you basically win both races, you're going to go into the next round with a huge advantage, aren't you?
Yeah, it's going to be quite entertaining to see exactly who's going to be doing what. But in just a few minutes' time, of course, we'll be getting ready to go. In terms of the standings, by the way, and because I found out I'm going to go through the standings for all of us. So it is Euro Chris on the top spot after, of course, getting 3 points last week, but, of course, having that good form. Of course, Mick in second, ahead of Harry F in third, Matt Tibos in fourth, ahead of Abode in fifth, Chill in sixth, ahead of Mr. Wowster in seventh, Matty in 8th, MCR in 9th, Leddy on the 10th spot in terms of the standings. Jordan, Cam, Bravery, YHYY. Then we got Naramsan, Slayer, Pastor the Jaster. Then we've got Ghost, Maverick, Melty, Major. And then we got Ryan, Marty, and of course the likes of NX. We've got Alpha Spark, who's got Able. And we've got Ben Gallagher, and of course all yet to start a race. Of course, those are your 4 reserves from 23rd down, but everyone else in the standings with a full grid tonight as well, Jess. Hopefully, we're going to get a nice little classic.
Yes, I'm really excited for this one. It's quite an interesting track in terms of characteristics. It first hosted a race in 2012, like you're saying, but there's been some really good moments in the United States Grand Prix in the past. Who could, of course, remember the moment, well, I think it was either 2018 or 2019, where we saw Kimi Räikkönen take his last win in the Ferrari, and his last win overall as well. It was a very long streak of not having a win, and to be honest, I think it was between him, Bottas and Lewis Hamilton, and I think even though I was a Lewis Hamilton fan, I was rooting for Kimi Räikkönen that day, and boy, I was happy when he crossed the line in first. It was brilliant, but there we go. That was one thing I remember there. Also, Lewis Hamilton's won a few titles in the past. He likes this track, as do a few other drivers on this grid as well. So it should be interesting to see how they all do. And last week was quite an interesting race, actually, in Imola. It was dry. We saw Steve Day, also known as IRT Mick, I believe he changed his game attack, won the race. Abood finished in P2. YHYY had a bit of a moment in the final lap, and Mr. Evil Dragon did a nice commentator's curse on him, and I don't think YHYY liked that, but there we go. So Mick, Abood and Valter were your top 3, and then we had Chill finished in 4th, Jordan finished in 5th. I can't remember who got drive of the day for D3 last week, I'll need to check that. And Cam finished in 6th, MCR finished in 7th, and we have Harry F Philip and Chris was rounding up your top 10 for that. So we are about to get started, Liam, with the one-shot qualifying. Now, this is our first time at doing this, so as to the first person that we see on board, that's who we're going to commentate on a lap. It's going to be completely random, otherwise we're going to fight. It's going to be so long to try and find a lap. So the drivers are readying up. Let us know in chat who you think is going to be doing well in tonight's sprint format as well. And of course, you can watch D1 that is going on at the same time as us. You can have 2 streams on simultaneously, and you got D4 and D2 on at 8:10 this evening, all during the sprint race format. We'll just wait for everybody to ready up. Yes, everybody has readied up. Now, interesting to see what the weather has in store as well. I haven't seen many USA races in Austin, Texas rain, but you never know. And as in the famous words of Murray Walker, anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much can. Now, in terms of if it's going to rain, of course, we are here in the heat of Austin, Texas, so I theorise it would be dry. But we have seen a few races in here in the past. 2015 comes to mind, of course, when we had the giant hurricane, of course, coming across the track. That was, of course, when qualifying was hosted on the Sunday morning before the race as well. But what we're going to get today, now the answer to that will be discovered in around about 10 seconds time, and my prediction is going to be nice and dry for all of our drivers. Everything's going to be dry, it's all going to be nice, and the answer to is it dry is going to be a resounding yes. There we go. If it was wet then, I might have been a bit concerned, but it is nice and dry here above Austin, Texas. Of course, run down towards turn 1. It's very steep. It's very easy overtaking opportunity. It's almost the inverse of turn number 3 at Austria. In fact, it is pretty much the inverse of turn 3 at Austria. That, because it literally is based on it, because the circuit, if you don't know, based on a lot of amalgamations of different circuits. We'll go through that in just a few minutes' time, well, listen, a few seconds, because here we go, with qualifying underway, and who is the game going to put me on board with, I'm wondering? It's going to put me on board with Naram Sam as he comes through, up across the start line, down towards turn 1, long run down here, it's almost about it's a couple of 100 metres, body braking zone up there as you come right over the crest. Difficult braking zone into turn 1. It is very easy to unsettle the car at the exit of that. And then down into these Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. It keeps going, to be fair, on this. So chuck it left, then right, then left, then right. And then a bit more left and a bit more right as you come through. Long right into the quick left. And this is turn number 5 into 6. And then we've quickly turned into 7 and 8. And he's invalidated. So I'm going to go on board with Pastor Jasper up front as he comes through at 9 down into 10. Down into the braking zone of 11, where it's so easy, another place to make overtaking opportunities. But if you do make an overtaking opportunity, you've got a long straight down here. Slight curve on the straight, a lot of elevations, it dips and rises. And down this circuit, Helmut Tilke designed it. Helmut Tilke, of course, not the most popular track designer in recent years, but definitely got a banger out of this one as you come down in. So 12 down into 13 and 14 when we saw Sebastian Vettel have a spin in this corner on Daniel Ricciardo a couple of years ago, as you now then head down into turn number 15. Long little left into the triple right, well, the quadruple right-hand complex then. And this Turkey turn 8, all-American style. Down here into the penultimate corner on this circuit, turn number 19. Keep it in the track limits on the exit, and then it is down towards the last corner. Chill currently just about on pole position. It's going to be very close between them. I think Chill just about does it then. So Jasper in second, Chris in third, MCR fourth, and then Abode in fifth. So that is your qualifying done. Incredibly close though as well. But to be fair though, saying that, top 5 only ones within a second, Jess, of the official order. So a little bit of spread out compared to what we've seen in the last in the last race. But definitely still going to be quite interesting because we, of course, have a 10-lap sprint ahead of the drivers.
Yes, but one-shot qualifying, they only have 1 lap to do it. And I've experienced it in the past in one league. It does really add the pressure because you've got to deliver. Wow, and if you miss a corner up or if you invalidate, then that's it. You're going to lose time. And then we've probably seen people in the past go into lots of spins as well, which ruin their lap. And even if you have damage, you have to keep going because it's better than invalidate, because we see quite a few people invalidate around it. But let's go through your results anyway. We got Chill from Jasper, from Chris, MCR, Abood, Harry F, Giant Bravery, Aledi, Cam in 9th in his home Grand Prix. Interesting to see how well he does here today. Matt Tibos in 10th. We got Matty YHYY, Jordan, Mick, Ryan B, and Slayer were the final people that set a timer. We've got Melty, Ghost, Major, and Philip. Either retired or did not set a lap time there. So here we go then. We're about to get underway. Obviously, one-shot qualifying a lot slower compared to short qualifying. So that's potentially why. And what is the weather going to do for the sprint race? Well, Liam, it's not as sunny as the qualifying, but it's not raining. It is nice and overcast. And I wonder, will people play it safe and go on the softs, or will people go on the mediums? I think formation lap is off, so I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to hand it over to you, Liam, and if it's not off and it's on, we'll go through the tyres, but we'll have to wait and see, shall we?
Yeah, well, we'll find out in just a few seconds' time, and let's see, as we go to the 3, the 2, the 1, is formation lap on, or is it off? Well, let's find out then. 1 formation lap is on. There we go. So if it wasn't, I would have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it was only 1. So formation lap on. So we can have a look at the tyres then. And the tyre strategy, I'm going to presume everyone's on the soft.
No, you're wrong.
No, everyone's on the mediums. Okay. So what do we know is I don't know who everyone's tyres are. They're all on the medium tyres. Absolutely everyone then. Now, I do believe they still have to stop at least once during this race.
No, they don't.
They don't. So, yeah, it's going to be a straight horse race then. So, to be fair, if we do get a safety car, however, which is always a possibility, we could see some dive in for a set of soft tyres. That will be an audacious, but it could be a pretty decent strike, to be fair. Remember, it's soft in a 25%. Well, they last 7 laps.
So that is why they've probably gone for the mediums then, Liam, because the mediums can get to the end in the sprint race, whereas softs can't. So, and if they did have to pit, they probably would have gone on softs anyway. So, yes, no pit stops. You only need to pit if you got damage, and if you do get damage, you'll be trouble. So, Budenhauer's already disqualified from the formation lap, but they're able to keep going, of course. They're warming their tyres because it is overcast. They tend to heat. The heat into the tyres takes a bit longer in overcast conditions on the mediums. So we'll see then. Don't forget, top 10 score points. So P1 gets 10 points, then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, down to 1. So if you finish 11th and 12th in this race, well, you're not going to get points, but you finish it in the next race, then you will. And don't forget, as I was saying earlier, the sprint race results dictate the grid for the 50% race, and that is where the big points are given out as well. And I like it that there's 2 races in one night. If you do rubbish in one race, you know what to do for the next race, and you get to see how your rivals take the start and see what you could do differently.
Yeah, it certainly is. They come through the last corner, and we have got 2 disqualifications already. Budenhauer have been a little bit naughty. Let's see then if these guys can all get themselves in grid spot. Now, last time we had 6 people getting disqualified on the formation lap. This time we are going to get, hopefully, none. But my question is we're probably about to get about 12. But I think, you know what? Never mind. There's 1. So there's 2. So I think it's 12. 3.
Yeah, 5.
6. Right, everyone else has got themselves all sorted, I think. So
yeah.
Only 6 so far. There we go. But here we go then. 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Look, but now it's there because the sprint is underway then. Chill gets a good start. What about Jasper as he comes alongside? Gets a terrible start. In fact, Chris is going to come through on the middle. Chris actually might have a chance here on the outside down towards turn number 1. Then see, is Chill going to go defensive? He is. He's going to force him a little bit wide. MCR can't quite go through. Got a Red Bull off in the background there. Going very wide. I think that might have been Cam or Bravery off the road as he comes down the S section. But it is Chris leading from Chris in second. Jasper in third. MCR in 4th. They slow him away then. 1 car very wide. That was Mick off the road and in the Ferrari. Yellow flags flying in sector 1 and sector 2. Is someone else gone off the road? I don't think so. So a little bit of drama somewhere. But I think all about just keeping on the island as Ghost and Jordan going side by side down the back. And I think Jordan might come around the outside. We've got an Alpine up the inside, making it 3 abreast then. Down they come, and the Alpine says, thank you very much. I'll get 2 on the exit. There is the Mercedes. All sorts of trouble there on the side of the McLaren. Almost wedged into each other. That's Ghost and Jordan. As they come down the straight up front, we've got Jasper. sparring away with Chris back up into second for him after that woeful little start. He just could not get those tyres up to temperature. They were just pretty much stone cold, and he got no grip. Further down the field, still battling, going on the mid-fat, the Red Bull, battling away with the Williams. But I think, Jess, pretty much, and with no real drama so far.
That is great to see. I wonder if people are playing a little bit cautious due to the fact that it's a sprint race, and it's not like that your car's going to be damaged for the 50% race, but I know people will be taking it cautious anyway because they don't want to start anything lower. Oh, it's someone spun! Ryan Belshaw has gone into a bit of a spin. He's dropped down into near the back of the grid, and Ghost has got pit. Has he got damage? I will have to double check that, or is he going to go onto the soft? So here he comes then. We could have changeable conditions. Front wing change, yeah. Because obviously you don't have to pit. So yeah, he had a change in front wing. Chill still lead. He's got a 1.2 second gap on past the Jasper, and DRS will be activated on lap 3. So Chill has done a good job keeping it steady. We've got some moves going on in the background as well. We've got, I think, Major on the back of Melty heading towards turn 8 and 9. We'll see if Major's got some brilliant straight line speed up, by the way, as they head towards this section. Now, as Liam was saying, quite a few corners that look similar compared to other tracks as well, which is why I kind of like this track to commentate on as well. So we'll see if Major is using his ERS to try and get past. We've got Matty and MCR going for a move as well as Matty side by side, heading into that left-hander. It's going to be very, very long coming up here as well. So we'll see if MCR could go for a little bit of a switchback. I don't think he's going to. No, he's staying behind at the moment because he's saving a little bit of ERS to go for the move later on. And Chill is absolutely loving life up front. The gap is now 2 seconds.
Yeah, like we said, like I alluded to earlier, Cam has got some damage, it looks like, on his car, so he was involved in that contact. I think we might have Naram Sam has some damage as but Chill leads this race, 135.9. He is bolting off. Nearest car to him, past the Jasper, 2 seconds nearly off the pace. Actually, I think it's more actually, what's over a second to be fair. Yeah, we'll take yellow flags down the back, and I mentioned Naram Sam a minute ago, has he got damage? He does. Into the pit lane comes Cam, so I think the Ramsam's actually staying out. I think he reckons that he can still finish above these guys, but no safety car has been deployed yet. No one out of this race, but Chill leads, Jasper in second, Chris in third, Tibos up in fourth like he's so often been, very consistent. Matty in fifth ahead of MCR. He's just got Harry not too far behind. MCR looking potentially for a move on Matty. DRS has been enabled, remember, on this lap, so if there's an opportunity, there is always one down this straight. It's a long, long run here, but remember, also, Matty's going to have DRS on Matt Tibble, so it's a DRS train right now, all the way up front. And the only one who really hasn't got DRS is Jasper, because the leader, Jess, well, they're in a different postcode. They might as well be in, I don't know, Los Angeles.
Matty's going for a move into the DRS zone there. Nicely done for Matty. That is another position gain for the Mercedes driver up to 4th place. Now, I do remember he had some bad luck during one of the safety cars last week where he did a George Russell and binned it just before COTA. So this week, he has really got to redeem himself and make sure he maximises as many point and positions as he can. Another yellow flag in the background. Not quite sure who that was. That's probably Giant Bravery that's gone off. Yes, it is Giant Bravery that's gone off for the exit turn 15. I think he had an incident with Jordan, yes, so that's why he went off as well. DRS train for, I think, Matty all the way down to Harry F as well. Harry F doing a decent job in P8. I'm liking it. He's Mr. Consistent right now at the moment. Consistently getting points, even if it's lower down at the moment. But round number 1 in Bahrain, he got a podium just by avoiding the carnage. But he's got points in every single race so far, which is great to see. And all of them in the top 10. No one eager to make a move yet, but we're going to watch a boot, actually, the AlphaTauri, who's looking very racy at the moment on Matt Tibos. And we'll see what any of them can do. But it's hard if you're following someone that's just slower than you, but it's good at defending, as we almost saw MCR going on around the inside of a boot there, but not quite getting the job done there. But we'll see if any of them can get the job down there. They go up the hill then, and luckily the sun doesn't blind them in the eyes because it's overcast.
Yeah, indeed it is, but let's see, is Abode got enough speed in that AlphaTauri to try and make a move? I tell you what, the Williams all the too far back on the Aston Martin. Oh, contact, and round goes Matt Tibos. Abode sending Tibbos around in a circle, and that, unfortunate for that one there, just too late on the brakes. It thought he had a gap up the inside, did not work. Poor Matt Tibbos has been sent spinning round and all the way. Where is he now? He is down in 12th position, completely and utterly sent spinning. That is a real shame. MCR was about to say getting close of Harry F. Harry F backed out of that one because all of a sudden he saw a spinning car in front of him. But that is a real shame for Matt Tibbos, who I was saying earlier on was very, very consistent. But he's definitely not going to be happy about that one as a Leddy comes into the pits and we're seeing some changes for some soft tyres.
Yes, well, to be honest, if you do have the damage, well, why not go force out the soft tyres to the end? Because there could be a safety car, and look at that, and Leddy's been involved in that contact as well. No front wing at all, so he has to pit then. Time penalties for Matty then. I believe he's the first one inside the top 10 to receive a 3-second time penalty. So he's got a lot of work to do, and he hopes there's going to be no safety cars as well to contend with. Now, it's very interesting as well. Watch out for the ERS around this, because there's a lot of straight line corners for the drivers to negotiate, and they're very tempted to use the ERS. I'm usually tempted to use the ERS. Here, I'm riding on board with Chris at the moment, and you just have to save it in some corners. Like, if you're not battling with anyone, just try and save it a little bit, and then push a bit just to close in on the cars in front, and then that's where you really use your ERS when you try to go for the overtake. Don't use it on corners. I used it on the corners when ERS was first introduced on the F1 games, and yeah, I kind of regret that, as Melty's got a 3-second time penalty as well, as a boot has got Matty and MCR for company. Let's see positions gained at the moment. Matty's gained the most. He has the best start of anyone, up 7. Melty's up 9, so Melty having a very good race. So is Major up 9 as well. White up 3. Slayer up 4. Ryan Belshaw up 2. Philip Nasram as no, Ryan Belshaw will be up 3 now as he's got past Slayer. We got front wing damage from someone. Is someone gone off? I don't know. It is hard to tell, but they're all making their way. Biggest loser though is Cam in last position, in 11th place. That's Abood gets past MCR up into 5th place. Is he now going to challenge Matty for 4th?
Yeah, Abood, no, so it was the other way around. Abood went a little bit deep into turn number 1, couldn't make the corner and almost. MCR comes straight through, so nearly hit the back of Matty during that. Matty looks like he's really struggling right now on those tyres. He just seems to have no grip through the corners, as you can see. On the exit low, he has a lot more power, but through the corners, definitely looks like he's running a little bit lower downforce. Up the inside, potentially MCR. These guys all starting to converge. We've got Melty back on this as well. Bit of a tag slapper there, and that, I said, was Abood trying to make manoeuvres. Well, he's not now because he's all of a sudden dropped 2-3 positions. Now alongside him goes Melty. Up the inside goes Harry F as well in the distance, and Harry F up the inside to get the job done. Up the inside of the Aston Martin, the answer is yes. What about Melty? Can he do anything on the outside? Nope, can't quite do it there. And stays back as well. So a few changes right now, but Matty, so that's going to be a comfortable 4th, but he won't stay there, remember? I say that. He immediately makes a mistake and loses the rear end, so nonetheless, here comes Harry, and that might be a little bit more easier now for him as he closes right up on the back of the Mercedes. Now you got to wonder, how hard's he going to battle this one? Is Harry going to have a look down towards turn number 1, I reckon? DRS activated, might not need it to be fair, as he gets a lovely exit out of the last corner. Alongside him, with the help of DRS before he even gets to the start line, straight through, and also up the inside there goes Abood, and he gets the job done back again on MCR. Now he's back up to where he was earlier on. However, not quite so, because Harry now in 4th position. Top 3, meanwhile, they're well off in the distance. Over about 5 seconds between their 4th and 3rd. So huge gap so far, Jess, and it just shows the pace deficit these leaders really have so far. Is here we got Abood trying to get around the outside, same place that we saw Harry try and make the manoeuvre. Now what's he going to do? Presumably do the old slingshot and hopefully get up the inside down into turn number 13, but he's got one long straight to go, and let's see if he can do it up to turn 12. My apologies. As you come out 11, DRS activated for the car ahead as well. So let's see how much straight line speed has Abood got, but he's closing. And I reckon it's not going to be too difficult to make a manoeuvre up the inside into turn number 12. Late braking up the inside. The Mercedes going to try and hold it on the outside, but knows better of it. Meanwhile, the Alpine and the Aston Martin do squabble for 7th and 8th. MCR up the inside, but squiggly on the exit is the Alpine. Got a half length up the inside. Still, they almost tuck back up the inside. Goes the Alpine. The Aston Martin might try the old switcheroo. Can't quite do it now. He'll have an opportunity up the inside, but has to back out because the Alpine says, no, you're not doing that up the inside. Meanwhile, Jordan, incident down in Sector 1. The yellow flags flying for the other Mercedes. So a small mistake from him, Jess, but some cracking little battles here through 4th down to 10th.
Yeah, and don't forget, top 10 is where you score a point in the sprint race. If you get 11th downwards, you're in a lot of trouble. So we're watching Ryan Belshaw Major, and we'll see if he goes for the move into turn number 1 then. He's going to the left-hand side, clips that left-hand apex. Can he make the move stick? Well, the answer to that is yes. So Ryan B at the moment is in at the points, even though he's going to get 1 singular point. That's better than no points. But you can see ERS Major is still closing in. And guess who also is in that train? Matt Tibbos wants a slice of the pizza, the pie, whatever you like to call it. I just think for the first thing that comes to my head, I thought it would be pie, but it was pizza at the end of the day. As Chill, the gap's increased to 4 seconds. Again, he's loving life, but let's see. Next DRS straight then, we'll see if Major can challenge Ryan Belshaw again. Had a chance to go for the move in towards turn 11 and 12. So, let's see. Can any of these guys do it? As I can see in the background that Major is harvesting then on his electrical energy as he almost hit the back of Ryan Belshaw there in the Williams, but luckily no damage done there as well, with just a couple more laps to go of this sprint race before we go to the normal 50% race where normal points are scored as well. And the question is, who will be the ones that will suffer in this sprint race? Well, it will be the ones down the back. Last week's race winner, Liam, is having a really bad time, down in 17th position. This is not the race you would expect to see from the Imola race winner, right?
Yeah, the Ferrari just doesn't even have the pace. Got caught up in some incidents earlier on, had some damage, has pitted, hasn't really been able to come through. Giant bravery, meanwhile, fast lap of this races. You can see up front, Matty still trying to get past Melty, the double M, well, the triple M, might I say, of Matty, Melty and MCR all together, and it just looks like the Alpine just kind of holding back ever so slightly. Both of them got 3-second time penalties, so if I was MCR, I'd be kind of liking this right now, because you're going to get 1 position, you might get 2, as long as you don't go off the circuit and get your own penalty. But let's see what he can do. Up front, like you've mentioned, Chill has got no chill up front. He has got a humongous gap right now in comparison to where 2nd position is in only 10 laps. He is just loving life. In fact, he's pretty much, I imagine, cruising 4.1 seconds up the road. Jasper in 2nd, Chris in 3rd, Harry up the inside. We've got a Bo passing Harry down into turn number 12, and that looks a bit more sensibly easier this time around. I don't see Harry going to come through right now. And remember, points aren't really, the big points aren't scored here. The big points are scored in just over, 5-6 minutes, and that's when the race begins for the feature race around here from the sprint. But further back still, Melty ahead of Matty, MCR in 8th, YHYY in 9th, Ryan ahead of Major, who's now got Matt Tibbos all over him for comfort, and Matt Tibbos would dearly love to get through. He's probably going to be a little bit frustrated after being sent spinning by a boat earlier on in this race, and it's always frustrating when you get contact like that, but you've got to get your head down, you've got to try and pick off the places bit by bit, but doesn't seem to have the pace so far in that car. A little bit of a mistake for Major as he goes to the inside, and let's see, outside versus inside. Now he's Matt Tibbos going to go the old under and over, and then see he's on the outside, and what he's going to do now is try to cut the inside, and there we go, job done there. If he gets, oh well, it's not the job done there, he's rounding the wall, so not quite the job. Front end plate goes off the Alfa Romeo, and well, I said the job was done. Very much, yes, wasn't done, because poor Matt Tibbos going round in a circle.
Yes, that was very unlucky for Matt Tibbos. I have slid there quite a few times when I did United's Grand Prix races, as he's had a bit of a spin again, and he's dropping all the way down, Liam, to near the back of the grid, unfortunately. But hopefully he will recover, because don't forget, to finish first, you first have to finish, and he needs a good recovery for the 50% race. Now, MCR then, he's on the back of Matty for the final time in this motor race as we head towards to turn 13 and 14. another long-hander. But we are about to see QBR Chill.
Yeah, Chill then up to the line, takes a checkered flag for the sprint, and a rather commanding performance from the man with a lot of chill in that car. Jasper in second, Major a 3-second time, but not with Chris in third. Abode will finish fourth after an incident earlier on, like I said, with Matt Tibos. We don't exactly know what happened. We did see the outcome of it. Harry in fifth, Melty in seventh. MCR does get him actually just on the finish. Whiteheads will finish in eighth. Ryan B will finish now in ninth. Matty down into 10th. So he's really had a terrible time about that one. Slayer in 11th. Major down now in 12th. Giant Bravery's got a 9-second time manager. He's going to drop right down the order. Lady and Mick will jump up the order a little bit as well. Indeed they do. Another yellow flag somewhere, and that is Mick actually saying that. I said Mick would jump up position. He's dropped it at the last corner. Last week's race winner. He's gone for a bad or even worse. Down now in 16th position. Giant Bravery 7th. Matt Tibos is 18th. We're waiting for Cam, who's not having the best of luck so far. Got caught up in an incident earlier on in the race. Finishes 19th. Jordan, the last car, I believe he's got some floor damage or rear wing damage because he's been really struggling in terms of grip. And you can just see the rear end just skating around there. So he definitely has more damage than we can certainly see, Jess. But plenty of for him. But Chill, though, he's going to be enjoying that one as he's got to get the job done, though, in that feature race. And remember, Jasper's going to be hungry for it, isn't he?
Yep, he is, because Jasper would have known how Chill would have done the start in the sprint race. So he would think, what would I do differently to get the advantage on Chill? What would I do in the main race to just increase the gap on Chill and just to be faster? Because we've seen people improve a lot from race to race, and we will see that firsthand with that. So the result of the sprint race we got right here. So Chill wins. He gets 10 points. Pastor Jasper in second gets 9. Chris gets 8 points in third. Abu gets 7 points in fourth. Harry gets 6 points. I don't know, in fifth. Then it's MCR, Melty, YHYY, Ryan Belshaw, and Matty. They are your point scorers for today's sprint race. And your finishers are Slayer, Major, Aledi, Nansram, Ghost, Mick, Giant Bravery, Matt Tibos, Cam, and Jordan. We've had all 20 people finish the sprint race. Are they going to be finishing the one that counts? Well, we will know very, very soon. And hopefully we can get underway very quickly, because obviously Parc Ferme rules are still on for the main race. And I'm just trying to remember, they do have 2 sets of meters for the sprint weekend, so they only have 1 to use for the race, and then they'll have obviously the softs. But I know some of you use softs in the sprint race, so we'll see how they fare at the moment. And the weather seems to be very kind to us, Liam, today, because just like qualifying yesterday, yesterday in the game's terms, it is nice and sunny. A bit of cloud, but still nice and sunny.
Yep, nice and sunny so far, though. Further in the race, we'll see if it remains sunny. But like you said, look, it is going to be interesting to see how aggressive are they going to be towards turn number 1. Surely they're going to have to try and make manoeuvres to get through, especially if you're the likes of Jasper. What do you do down towards turn 1? Do you just send it and go for the best? And what turns the tyre strategy? We've all got mediums for the top 2. Looks like hards for a boat. We get underway then on our formation lap. So in terms of what tyres are and what, so we've got top 3 have got mediums. Abode's got a hard on for 4th. Then we've got Harry, MCR on the hard. Then we've got Melty, Whiteheads, and Ryan on the mediums. Hards for Matty. Mediums for Slayer. Major and Aledi on the hards. Narabsaman goes on the mediums. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of hard from Mick down to Cam and Jordan at the back, starting on that set of mediums. Of course, one-stop strategy, mediums to hards or hards to medium. That's going to be the more ideal. Remember, of course, the hard tyres on this game, just they take a little bit of time to get the temperature in, as I'm sure you know more as well as we race in lots of different series. And in fact, you'll see later on, Giant Bravery's left the session, so he's had an issue somewhere. He's disconnected, but as you'll know, the hard tyres, they do take a little bit to warm up, but when they do warm up, they are in fact sometimes a better race tyre than that set of mediums. So the hards, they'll take a bit of pain at the first couple of laps, but once they come into form and once they start to come into life, expect to see them come into their own.
Yes, definitely. I mean, the hards are usually not the best tires to start on. They're usually the better race tires towards the end of the Grand Prix. But there are some people that will prefer to be on the softest tire, the mediums, to the very end as well. And to be honest, the hards are less understeery compared to last game around most of the tracks, to be honest. Mainly because obviously the 18-inch tyres as well that has been introduced to the game as well, and as Pastor Jasper is lagging so much. I wonder if he has similar Wi-Fi to what we saw in Bahrain. Hopefully we won't have that glitch again, fingers crossed. But I'm rooting for, I think Chris may have something to say, because I think he was third at the start in Bahrain and he went on to win that race, and usually he has good start from third, so keep an eye on him, keep an eye on the boot as well. Harry F with his consistent points. He's a man who, like myself, likes to stay out of trouble. And don't forget, everybody except the host will be on 70-degree tyres, and there's going to be extremely cold heading towards turn 1. So let's hope they'll keep it cautious. They do kept it cautious, to be fair, in the sprint race. So I am getting my hopes up even higher for this main race. Normal points are on offer. Let's see how many people get disqualified from the formation lap this time. 1, 2. Any more for any more? 3.
3. I think we're going to say we're going to get 5.
We'll see. I think 4.
What?
And then 5. There you go, Liam. There you go. There's 5.
Now, what's someone else doing now to annoy me?
Yeah, I'm going to hand it over to you for the second time for the second start.
Yeah, chill further back on the grid. 5 red lights. What for Jasper? He's going to get a good start here. Away we go. And Jasper does get a bit of a better start, but on in the second coming then. What's up for Chris then? He gets a mega start then. Up the outside. Clara does will turn 1 then. Up the inside though goes the Alpha Tarab on the outside of the next corner. Chris alongside, and Chris will take the lead then into the S6 for the first time as everyone skates himself around then. 2 or 3 abreast, but chill there. Doesn't get the start he wants there. It's all sorts of mayhem. There's a Mercedes. Round in the back of the pack, that's Jordan off again for the second time. Jordan having a terrible start, melting for 5-second time penalty for cutting a corner and gaining positions, but Chris there with the start he needed then. Chill in second, in third we've got Jasper. More yellow flags in the background as well, and someone else is going off the road. We've got Cam a few positions there, but a bit of a mistake there for second, and here comes Jasper then up the inside then. Down the long straight, and Jasper up in the second. Jordan out of this race before the first lap has even begun, and we've got a safety car.
Safety car on the first lap. Now, I think it's too early to pit, and it's very annoying for some of the drivers, but they are going to have another chance to go again. Now, I was watching some of the drivers to see who else had good starts and bad starts. Well, Harry F had an awful start. He went to a spin. I did say he's the one who keeps it clean and avoids trouble. Well, that is commentator's curse number 1 for me today. As he went into a spin, I was like, oh God, not again, Jess. So yeah, that is my first jinx of the afternoon. Hopefully not anymore, fingers crossed. But anyway, Chris, as I was saying though, he likes third because he can get the start that he needs. He probably learned his lesson from the first start, and he's going to make sure he holds on to P1 as we got a pit already, which I think could be for damage, or will they be trying for a 2 stop? So Matty, Major, and Cam. No, Cam stayed out. It was the other Red Bull that's in. I just got confused as to which Red Bulls it was. So I'm just seeing front wing damage, I think, for all of these drivers. That's why they're coming in. And the double start. Oh no, the 2 Alfa Romeos both got damage, and they both have to wait for each other. But luckily it's a safety car, not normal racing conditions. So it will be a lot easier for both of them just to get back through the field. But they will have to stop one more time. But at least they'll be on the fresher grip. There will be a while to warm these tyres, don't forget. Everybody else, from I think P1 to P14, well, they either avoided the carnage or they were in the carnage, but they were in less carnage than everybody else.
Yeah, like I said, though, up front, Chris got a good start. You really hooked that start up then from third all the way up to first at the outside line, whilst Jasper trying to go up the inside. Shello, to be fair, got the good launch off the start there. Jasper, I thought for a second he might have had a chance, but in the second phase of it, Chill just started pulling away, but of course it was Chris on the outside line who really got the legs in between his teeth, and Well, he just went off of it around the outside and the inside for the next corner, and Chill couldn't do it. In fact, Chill is behind Jasper. Is Jasper now in second position from that start? Chill in third, Ryan Berry in fourth. Ryan B in fourth. Melty with that 5-second time penalty. He's not going to mind that too much. Of course, you're going for a set of hards around about lap 12, 13, 14 for a set of for that, of course, that set of hards, and that will easily go to the end of this race. Set of hards can last around about 24 laps around here, if memory serves correct. So you could pretty much do it from now if you really want to do it.
21, Liam.
21 laps, so we're not too far off my prediction of 24 from memory serves. That was before the patch, of course. And 21 laps now. Aledi in 8th, Harry in 9th, Naram San in 10th. Who's the real big gainer out of this one, though? It is Ryan. He's up 5 positions. Real big loser. That is YHYY down 11, up 7 for Cam from where he started. Now, I've just seen, by the way, Cam, he has got a default setup, Jess, so that might explain why he's been struggling.
Ah, so that explains why I think he was in a bit of carnage earlier on then in the sprint race. But, yeah, I think there was some 2 keen people that were keen to ready up early but realised they only had 30 seconds to get a setup on. So, if I were you, get your setup sorted before you sort out your tyres, because that will make your life a lot easier. I think a lot of people might make that mistake in all the other divisions tonight, I think. I don't think Cam will be the last person to do it. I think more people will do it. So, yeah, if I were you, don't. He's still in the points, though. He's still in a chance of some good points. So, if he just keeps it steady, learns his lesson from the last race, learns to adapt to the track conditions, he should be fine. Watch out for the long back straight up the hill towards 11 and 12. The sun is going to blind you more than the last race, because obviously it is more sunnier compared to the sprint race. It was a bit more overcast, so we'll see what we can do. I think everyone has caught up, so safety car should be in this lap. We've got Mark in the chat. Hello, Mark. How you doing? He's rooting for Chill. He's currently sitting in third at the moment. And Jordan said in the chat, worst track ever. Well, unlucky, mate. Hopefully you can recover for next week, which is another USA track. We go to Miami next week, which I'm very excited to commentate on. But I know with the stats grid in D4, I'm going to struggle a lot. But it is a fun track to commentate. But we will talk about that next week. We're still in Austin, Texas today. And Liam, I'll hand it over to you again. Safety car is in this lap, and Chris will be your de facto safety car.
Yep, so from the Sunshine State next week, so far we're at the very warm state, I'd say. Because Texas is always very warm, to be fair. Never been, but I do know it's very warm around here. Of course, Austin, Texas, one of the more lovely places around Texas that I've heard of. Dallas, Texas, of course. Used to host the US Grand Prix back in the 1980s. Of course, lovely TV show called Dallas as well, which was often referenced by Murray Walker back then. Here we go then. Here, and let's see, it's going to be Chris who's going to light the rears up, and away he goes then. Very good start for him then. Jasper doesn't really get the better start then, though on the exit has actually got a bit more pace then. As I see, he's going to have an opportunity down towards someone. He'll be brave of it, but always a possibility if you want to try and take an audacious dive. Meanwhile, Ryan trying to go around the outside into turn 1, doesn't decide to do that one. Trying to do the little cut back. Still nothing good around the outside there, but Chell in third. Further down the field, we've got Melty, Abode, MCR as they all funnel themselves through, and a few cars a bit close down the back. Got that bottle of cars led right down the back, also close to get from 10th down, but the top 10 all kind of line as stud, and it is Jasper who's got the bit between his teeth. He is chasing now, and he's going to use all the ARS. Start using a little bit here, start using it a little bit there. He is close. Is he going to think about a move down the inside? Doesn't think of it. We've got Slayer off the road, it looks like there. And a bit of contact there between the top 2, and they have slightly touched each other. That is compromised. Jasper Chill, he's going to come for the move there, and he's going to get a lovely toe from the McLaren. The McLaren, they're slightly helping, but not the Ferrari. With so much pace and a straight touch in the braking zone down the inside, and they touch again. They're cutting the corner. Goes Chill, the Ferrari relinquishes it there, but surely that was an invalid overtake. Surely he has to give that one back. He definitely cut the corner to get the job done. I think maybe he just got away with it ever so slightly, but all 4 wheels looked like a my screen he went off. But what we know is the game sometimes says what we can't see, but he definitely got away with it there. As yellow flags, we've got someone going around, and think is that Matt Tibbons who's having a torrid time. Didn't
It's
have much
Mick
luck in...
the Mick's got gained a position on Ghost up into 14th place. So people are making positions up the bat as well. Chill setting the fastest lap of this race. And Chill, he's going to start his DRS. Another yellow flag. That is a hat of Slayer that spinned it towards the end of sector 3 there. So, yeah, he's not having a good afternoon so far. Major down in ATV's not having a good afternoon either. But Chill, 4 tenths, and he can gain, I think, 2 tenths with DRS. He's just got to gain this S section to perfection, similar to Japan. So if you're good at Japan, well, you're going to be good here, as we are starting to see Ryan Belcher out of DRS of Pastor Jasper, but I think he's back in DRS range as well. We've got to watch for that Haas of Nantram down in 10th position. He's in touching distance of the guys behind of Harry F, but I'm seeing, can Chill go for the lead here in towards turn number 12? We'll see. Yellow flag, that is Slayer, who's out of this race. Binned it the same place where we saw Jordan. Safety car, Liam.
Yep, safety car. I'm not surprised there. It's in a pretty risky location, so he's dropped it out of what's turn... Is that turn 7? I think it's turn 7 down there. Let's have a look. Is it turn number 7? He's dropped it on my lovely map. Yes, it would have been turn 7. He's dropped it and then so probably got on the curb outside of turn 6. The Armco barrier on the inside of 7 will snatch you up, and now you got to wonder if anyone's going to go for a set of hards from here on out. It's always a possibility, but you do run the risk if the race has a late safety car that everyone's going to jump on the soft. But let's see if anyone going to come in right now. Yeah, we got someone in the pit. No, not for Dummy from Chill. In comes Ryan. He'll take the lead temporarily as he dives into the pit lane, and that's going to be for a set of hards. He will go to the end of this race. And I wouldn't be surprised seeing another 1 or 2 cars, as long as they don't have damage. DRS has been... Oh, it's a virtual safety car. Never mind, sorry. I thought it was the full safety car because it doesn't show. It was only a virtual there. Chris leads this race still, then from Chill. That's really caught me off guard, Jess, because it doesn't say, does it, if it's the actual safety car or virtual?
Yeah, I didn't see the boards, so we do apologise for that, folks, that we got that wrong. But, yeah, that's something I think that should be introduced. Put the safety car thingy at the top of the laps, please, so we know if it's a safety car or not. Thank you very much. Slayer's left the session due to him to... I'm surprised it was a BSC, to be honest, more than a safety car, but that is the in-game race directors deciding that was more beneficial. I think that's more relief more than anything. Cam is up to 9th place as well after that, so he's making some inroads as well, getting used to that default setup of his as well. And here comes Pastor Jasper with a DRS on Chill. Is he going to go down the inside? Nope, he's not. Another yellow flag. That is Giant Bravery down the back. He's binned it in the S's as well. The S's seem to have catched a lot of people out tonight, haven't they, Liam?
Yeah, the curbs very tricky right here. Of course, they will snatch the car a lot easier than you reckon. Cam now up into 8th position. Like you mentioned, he's flying back through the order right now. Now into 8th. As up the inside goes Matty on the Ramsams. There enough grip there to get on the inside? No, there isn't. Oh, well, there's enough grip to go in the wall. Well, to be fair, there isn't enough grip there, and he's in the wall. So that is another yellow flag, and I wouldn't want to be reversing back on the circuit right now because there's 2 cars, and the ghosting system works under right there. But a bit of a mistake, unfortunately. Top 3 still together, and like we saw earlier on, Jess, leads 3 can't be separated right now as they come down towards turn 1. But it's Chris leading this race, but it's gone a little bit deep. There's the opportunity to leave on a free press. The Ferrari inside this could be audacious. It's almost beautiful that the Ferrari quite do it. Chill in the lead of this race. They arrive aside of Chris. A small mistake there, but now leading is Chill again in this race. And Jasper there for a brief second thought he had an opportunity. It suddenly disappeared, but they're optimistic then from the pair of them. As now they come down the straight, DRS will be active. And now Jasper's going to have to use all the DRS. He's going to want to win this race. He needs to get past Chill as soon as possible. Chill knows it. Look, he's burning all the DRS. They're both burning it. 5 tenths to the gap. Is there an opportunity to close? Giant Bravery's left this session. He is out of this race. Too far back to have a lunge then straight away then for Jasper. Can't quite do it, but Chill in the lead of this race. Jasper in second, and Chris, who I said was leading this race for a brief second, dropped it nearly immediately. Didn't drop it as much as I'd, feared, as Mix had a mistake down to turn number 1. And so many cars having mistakes then down there. Is no grip, it seems, around this circuit, but that was a beautiful 3-wide manoeuvre there.
That was correct. That was insane. I think Jasper, bravo, take a bow. One of the moves of the stream, I have to say. And let's hope he can keep it up to try and get past Chill the way that he couldn't do in the sprint race. And I think he's got more determination. Now, Chill is not dominating as he once was, because maybe everyone has learnt what Chill could do and to do the opposite of what they did in the last race. Meanwhile, Cam has gained another position. He's up in a 2-7 position and he's got past MCR there. Brilliant move for him. Nice and controlled on those hard tires. It seems like the hards are getting up to temperature a bit more. I wonder, when are we going to get to the crossover point? Mediums last 16 laps, but we will also keep an eye out on the strategy as well. Won't be the best time. Probably around lap 12, 13, I would say, to go on to the hard tires, but they may go a bit earlier, they may go a bit later, depending on if there's a safety car and if there's rain, because we don't usually get told about the weather, but I think the way this is going, it's going to be dry throughout, which is always good news for us. Meanwhile, at front, Abood on P5, he's going to challenge Melty for P4. He's got plenty of ERS at least. We'll see what Melty could do to challenge it. Well, he's not even challenging. I thought Abood just has better straight line pace. Melty's going to come back a little bit on the inside in towards turn 13 and 14 they come then. In and through this long hander.
Jasper leads this race, no he doesn't! Jasper's dropped it! It's happened! And for the second time running, a Ferrari goes spinning exactly when I said it. Last week it was Mick, this week is Jasper. Can you believe the luck of the Ferraris this afternoon? He took the race big lead, immediately dropped it.
Well, the Tifosi are not going to like that, and how on earth did he get away with major damage? That is, I have to say, is insane. But maybe he just got on the power too early, potentially. So that is a bit of a shame so far. Abood then could have a second slice of the pie with Melty once again. Now, with Pastor Jasper spinning it, Melty's up to third. He's on for podium place, and he even said in the chat that he likes his track and he was happy that he gained quite a lot of position in the sprint race, which helped him start at a good position for the main race, and he's doing well and staying out of trouble. Can he get the time to get past Chris maybe? But Boo's going to come back at Melty, and on the S's, they not made contact. They gave the respect that they deserve. Great stuff. I think Abood, no, not to go for the move there, and he could challenge again. I don't think he is going to challenge again because he's ran out of DRS. No DRS detection point. This lap. That was too close for comfort there to have some DRS. So is he going to try and close in? I don't think he's going to get him at this corner, but maybe in just a few corners time he could get him as well. He's still got a battle of the race lead to watch out for between Chill and Chris, which is going to be very, very exciting. And Jasper's still going to be on the back of Aledi, not where he wants to be. And speaking of Aledi, he's got a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, he almost had a look up the inside of Jasper right now. He is going to be running with a bit of fury in that cockpit. He could not be the most happy there, but a small mistake for him. It's going to cost him dearly as he tries to come through the corner, pushing it to the absolute limit. That Ferrari is struggling down the rear end. Just about keeps it going in a straight line, but like I said, a small mistake's costly. Chill leads this race, Chris in second, Melty up in third, a beautiful result. This would be if it finished like it is and he didn't have any penalties. Meanwhile, talking of Ferrari-powered cars, that is backwards into the wall for the Alfa Romeo as he gets himself back going.
Jasper passed Aledi. Jasper's passed Aledi up to P5, so he's coming back on those medium tyres, and to be honest, he's definitely looking to redeem himself after that spin earlier.
Yeah, he's got to hope to try and not make another mistake. Meanwhile, like I said, Major, he is making another mistake. He's gone wide. Meanwhile, here is a boat with a beautiful attempt around the outside. Not going to do it there, Low Sunshine. Melty says he shuts the door up, squeezes him wide. Oh, what on earth just happened there to a boat? That was very odd indeed. He's dropped the car. Back and he goes. No grip there. Thank you very much, ghosting system. Please stay ghosted. Thank you very much as 2-3 cars come around. That was very odd from a boat right there. Got the power on. It looked like he almost got an auto spin curb right there. I've not seen that for a long time on the exit of turn number 8. Just got the power. Just didn't know that he lit the rears up too much. So the car just suddenly spun. So that looked like an auto spin curb. Of course, you saw Sebastian Vettel had a very similar mistake around that in, what was it, 2019, where his suspension blew up. But that wasn't a suspension failure. That was a very odd spin. I've not seen that around here for a long, long time. that brings memories back to the older F1 games of 2016 and 15 when you got on the curb and you went wide. Meanwhile, talking of going wide, Jasper immediately does so. So, bit of a mistake, but keeps it on the island. Yellow flags, that is Major, who of course is out of this race anyway. He's retired in the pit lane, so no safety car going to be dealt with right there. But all sorts of drama so far in the United States of America, the US of A, providing some, exquisite content right now, I must say. Melty in third, as yellow flags as Jasper, and a bit of a tank slapper there, and that is Harry F. going off. And Jess, I'm afraid to say your Mr. Consistency hasn't worked for him today. He's Mr. Now not very consistent for the USA, and hopefully that's not a trend for US circuits, because I'd hate to see a little run and full of mistakes.
Oh, we got a battle between Jasper and Melty. He almost got the job done there as well. Hopefully we won't see the same mistake to what Boo did earlier on as well. We'll see as we head towards turn number 10. And 11 soon. Oh, he's got the straight line speed, Jasper. I think he's going to go for it here. He's gaining. And Jasper saying, I'm going for third, Melty. And there's nothing that you could do to stop it. He's going to the right-hand side. Is he going to go and hold that line heading towards turn number 12? Oh, sure he is. Pastor Jasper in the Ferrari is having the comeback of dreams. They make contact into the hand to there. And that is a bit of a shame there. Can they keep the line towards 15 and 16? Another long right-hander coming up here. Yellow flag, Aledi has had a bit of an off, so he's having trouble. But that was very close to one or two cars having a little bit of an off. And speaking of cars going off, Aledi is spun again towards turn 15 and 16. He's back on the circuit. Still in the points though. Cam, he's got past Melty, so I wonder if Melty's got damage. So, yeah, Cam is your leader on the hard runners at the moment. Out the ones who started on the hard. And he's up to third now. What the hell? What is this Cam that we've gone to know? Because he had trouble in the last race. Do you think he just found a bit more comfortable in his default setup?
Yeah, I reckon as, but back to, of course, what happens to Melty. That was a little bit of a day-learning dollar shot. He'll take the blame on that one. He's got damage on the car. He thought he had an off-grip, broke late, but he realised very suddenly that that door wasn't going to be there. He suddenly shut. Jasper was entitled to do so. I don't think he knew what was coming there, and luckily neither of them went spinning around. So, Chris leads this race. Jasper in second, Cam up to third. Like we said, we've just seen Chill pin a few seconds ago. Is talking of cars at that corner, and there is Matty going off the road, and he's done exactly the same thing that Abu did a few laps ago. And there is more damage on this circuit. There's a lot of debris on this track. I would not be surprised to see a safety car or virtual thrown out of this race, but they're not going to do it quite there because it was off the racing line. But Chris leads this race. Jasper in second, 4.9 seconds. Cam in third, closing up a little bit. He's on those hard tyres that are really working a treat right now. They have come alive in this race. And I tell you what, if the rate of form these hards can go and they can get them a lot longer, there's an opportunity for some. If they can get it around about lap 20.
Jasper's fun!
Off the road, and there is a mistake. Oh, can you believe the luck of the Ferrari? He just can't get a break from me today. That is tragedy. There we will come in the pit lane for a set of hard tyres. Chuck it in, take it nice and slowly. In comes Chris. Cam leads this race. Would you believe that? From 18th on the grid, now leads the race. He's still yet to stop. That is correct, but he is leading this afternoon. That's going to be a massive achievement for him right now. Into turn number 1, Chill is ahead of Chris. That's what he needs to do. Ryan B is going to be hopefully trying to get an opportunity here. That's going to be brave up the inside. Sunshine, I back up. He does do so. He knows that's not going to be on there, and he might get an opportunity on the exit up the inside here, on the outside of the next corner to be the inside for the next one, but Chris covers that one very, very well indeed. But what a story of the Ferrari, ain't no saying. Ryan covering it. He's not covered it enough there as Chris is using some ERS. Are going to be side by side. This isn't going to help at all then for him. Yellow flags, and that is someone off. Is that Matty having a mistake somewhere? Is that a car retiring from this race? But there is Ryan now up in position, and that is now into 6th. Chris really didn't get what he wanted to do. They're warming those tyres up. A little bit frustrated in terms of the stops. Ryan has stopped this afternoon as well, so he has got that job done. He's got that position, and That's not going to be what Chris wanted to see. He's going to go and try and fire those tyres up as soon as physically possible. And I don't know if we've just lost Jess there temporarily.
My mic was muted. My mic was muted. Good job. Yeah, I'm just doing the maths to see if his hearts get to the end. Oh, speaking of hearts, oh my goodness, that's commentator's curse number 2 for me. Ryan Belshaw has spun and he's dropped it to 7th, and his tyres are going to be smoking hot here at COTA, just like it is in real life. It's very hot here as well. Really, really humid and sticky, which I don't like. Meanwhile, the 2 AlphaTauris are going for it. Chill down the inside of Abu on the S's. Incredible. I don't think Abu wanted to challenge that with his teammate, because constructors' points are on offer, don't forget, guys. So Chill up to 4th place, and he is your net race leader out of the ones that have stopped. So obviously you got past Chris. It's yellow flag.
Is Ryan B and safety car. Is that a safety car or is that a virtual?
Let's look at the boards. Let's look at the boards. Safety car. Full safety car.
Yeah, full safety car for damage. And I did say
I know why.
There's a lot of debris.
Ryan Belshaw has got a damaged front wing.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was just mentioning. I'll tell you what, Jess. This is really going to play into Cam's race, isn't it? He's going to be able to have a set of mediums. MCR. Ghost, to be fair, Ghost has an opportunity here. If that depends how those tyres are. He did stop quite early. He could still go to the end of this race on this set of tyres. Now, he probably will stop, but Cam, he's going to come in for a set of mediums. So what? It's going to be 14 laps. 14, 15 laps. The 16-lap delta. Remember, on the safety car, so that's not going to hurt too much.
He's going in. He's taking advantage. I'm sure MCR's going to follow him in. Yes, he does.
He'll come out around 6, 7.
Ghost, come on, go in. Yep, Ghost is in. Yeah, they'll come out 6, 7, 8 then, those 3. Abu comes in as well. So that will make Chill. You're now a race leader. Chris is in.
He's had for a set of softs.
How long
Has he got another set of mediums that we don't know about? Let's see. He comes in. Yes, set of softs. Set of soft tyres. That's brave.
They only last 9 laps, so that is a bit of a gamble. But with safety car reduced pace as Ryan Belshaw's out of this race, don't blame him. It's a bit of a push comes to shove. I think it's going to be okay, but it's going to be dead towards the end. They're going to be past optimum pace by lap 23, 24. So if I were you, the best chance is the mediums. And talking of positions, by the way, he said the guys will be 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yeah,
that's not worked, has it? They're second. Cam is in a real shot of winning this race,
so now. MCR as well, and Ghost, so they're 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So that's because Chris has pitted, and Jasper, I think, had a bit of a moment. So we have less than 16 laps to go this race, so I'm not going to jinx things too much because I'm worried that the ones on the mediums if I do. But Abu's back in this race after him having spins. I'm gonna make a prediction, and I know these guys are gonna hate me. Abu, I think, is the fastest guy out of most of these guys on the mediums right now. I think he's gonna win this race, Abu.
Yeah, he's going to have to battle his teammate, though. That's going to be the thing. If he does get an opportunity, he's going to battle him. Jasper's back in this race after his mistake earlier on. Hopefully, I finished cursing the Ferrari-powered car and he doesn't end up dropping it again. But I've said that before under a safety car, Jess, and it didn't go well for a car. So never say never. But he's done the corner, hasn't spun, so away he will go. Safety car will be in the next lap or 2. So longer it stays out, the better it is going to help these soft compound tyres. And that soft compound tyre is going to be on just that one singular car in this order. And that is of Chris. It's a audacious strategy. He's got now 13 laps to go. And is he coming in the pits? He is coming in the pits.
Oh, another set of softs. He's going to lose places. What are you doing, Chris?
I think he's realised, yes, this isn't going to work. This strategy's not worked. He had to get off these tyres. Wants a new fresh set of tyres.
Or go back on the hards, maybe. Oh, front wing damage. That was why he pitted. Okay. That explains it then. He had no choice, and he's on.
A set of hards.
Well, the hards that he was on before the safety car.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened there. That's very odd. So he pitted, must have got damaged, must have hit someone, come straight back in the pit, and that's him out of this race. To be fair. Now remember, if you've got damage on this game, it doesn't sometimes seem to be as bad as you think. Sometimes it's not that bad. You can go a lot quicker than you reckon, because if as long as it's not strong orange, it's only slight yellow or slight green, your safety continued. The game sometimes is more grip than you reckon, but talking of grip, Cam, he's going to be happy in second right now after what is only in his own words, absolute turmoil at the beginning of this race, and let's hope that it ends as well as it seems to be going so far. He's on 1-lap mediums versus 4-lap hards. He'll have better fire up, he'll have better grip, but Chill's going to be not one to sit down and wait. The safety car will be in this lap. Melty and Mick just coming to the back of the field. Chris down there in 13th position. What could have been for him? He was running up in second for most of this race at the beginning. Now his teammate Ghost up there in 4th. So McLarens have switched around. Abode in 5th. Jasper down in 6th. Now the one of 2 Ferraris in this race. The other one down there in 14th. The rotten luck of the Italians. They had luck last week in the home circuit. They've come to
Not
America.
Anymore.
Yeah, it's not gone well in Americans. So, Italian, not going well in the land of the free, but the land of the free is going to be proving that the safety car is free because he's coming in the pit lane. A little segue to that one, but let's see then as they come down through Turkey's turn number 8 in inverted commas. Literally, because it's the other way around, but it's very similar to Turkey's turn 8. I think slightly a bit slower, of course. We did go to Turkey in the last couple of years. It'd be good to see. We might get a DLC on this game.
Please,
potentially.
please.
Jess would love it. But we're going to get ready to go in just a few seconds. Keep the speed about 50 miles an hour then. When you're going to go? Now's the answer, is when you're going to go. Cam's following suit then. So top 2 follow away. MCR gets a bit of a slower start. It's a bit squiggly and Ghost is going to be straight on there. Look at the lead then. Cam's going for it. Straight. And this is the opportunity. He's looking for yellow flags in the background. But here goes Cam then to the inside. Into turn number 1. It's going to be brave on the outside. Has he got enough grip? He's on the medium tires. He'll burn all the air then. Round the outside. Yes, he does. Leads in America. The American leads the American Grand Prix. Fantastic right there. Chill in second. Then comes Ghost. But that's exactly what Cam needed.
Yes, don't forget, it is his home Grand Prix, so he wants to deliver, but we know Chill's the quicker driver. Ghost just couldn't get past Chill, as we're seeing Jasper dropping down the field as Harry F. He's recovering to a full contact for Matty. Matty's out of this race. Will that trigger another safety car on reduce? We'll find out in a minute, as a Leddy is trying to get past Matt Tibble. So we're seeing a lot of comeback drives from these drivers. I think the safety car has saved pretty much everybody in this race, unless you started on the hard compounder tyres. So here we go then. We're going towards turn number 12 and 13. Then they come then. Howie F is back to almost where he started in this race. And he's going to try and find his form and still be in the points because he wants to be Mr. Consistent. Wow, he's still being Mr. Consistent at the moment. He was inconsistent earlier on, but we're seeing Matt Tibos in this train as well. Chill's still on the back of Cam, so he could get the lead into turn number 1. Because don't forget, the tyres could take a while to get up to temperature, those hards. And now those hards could go back inside the operating window. And the hards are a bit more durable. So we will see what Chill could do. Heading towards turn number 1, he's not close enough, Liam. He's not close enough to get past. Ghost is not even close enough to Chill, which just goes to show how brilliant Chill has been this race on those hard tyres and in general throughout this weekend.
Yeah, Chris, meanwhile, battling with Matt Tibbles. I've seen this before between these 2 cars from here, and they're going to touch again, are they? Yes, they are. Outside line, and Matt Tibbles off the road goes Mick. Matt Tibbles there, Brad to break in the corner. That's going to be a safety car. That certainly has to be a safety car. What a horrible accident there for Mick out of this race.
That is awful.
I'd be stunned if that was not a safety car. That was horrendous. We've got another car off Melty in the war as well. I don't think we're going to get one, you know. I don't think we're going to get a safety car. Matt Tibbles there, he had to brake out of the way because Chris was in the middle of them. Slammed the brakes on through the middle of the complex. Mick did have nowhere to go. Slam bang into the rear of the Ferrari, of the Alpine, out of the race. And the last race winner out now here in Austin. And, well, I said earlier along, Jess, it's really not gone the way of the luck of the prancing horse. The Americas, it's turning into a nightmare right now.
Well, we're seeing more moves in the background as Chris gets past it. And Melty's off! Melty's out of the race! What has happened? Safety car! Soft tyres then for people at the back, surely. Ghost is in. I expect soft tyres. They could get to the end.
Keep going. Champ's going to be Cam is lucky. Wait, no, it's a virtual, Jess. It's a virtual safety car. It's a virtual. Cam is going to be a very lucky man indeed.
I swear it was a safety car, but then I just saw a board.
Yeah, virtual. Yeah, it is VSC then. I'll tell you, if that was a safety car, Cam probably would have just... He would have been very sad because I reckon he might have just got caught out from that. As it turns out, he's not that. It's just going to be a straight fight up between the top two. Abode's still got a chance in this race as well. He's in third. 2 AlphaTauris versus 1 Red Bullet. It's a Honda-powered 1, 2, 3 in this afternoon then. The Japanese team then leads here today. And that's a turnaround from last week where they had absolute rotten luck. And the Tifosi had all the luck this week around. It's the time of the Honda-powered cars, and we're just getting ready to go then in a few moments' time. And there we go.
Harry, yes.
A drive-through penalty look right there. That looked like there was a huge amount of them. Let's have a look, and it's that more than one, I think, got a drive-through penalty. Only one got a drive-through there. Matt Tibos, Ghost, and also Aledi on 3 seconds. So is Naramsa. We're down to 12 runners.
Matt Tibos probably going for the move.
Yeah, everyone who finishes this race, Jess, will score points no matter what happens, but the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, that's the one we're looking for. Matt Tibbles and Ghost as well, very close together. Matt Tibbles somehow still in this race after that horrible accident, but Ghost, he's going to be charging through this field now and see what he can do on a set of soft tyres. He would have loved if that was a full safety car. That would have worked a wonder for him. Turns out it wasn't, but up front, 8 attempts to get 9 laps to go. If you can, you'd certainly like this to be the last lap of this race. You got 8 attempts away. You're leading your home Grand Prix. The crowd slowly rising, but they're staying a bit cautious right now because there's still cars behind. The likes of Chill, the likes of Abode aren't too far away. Remember, of course, we've seen what could happen around here. We've seen the drama here as well. Chill, of course, comes from England. Would dearly love to unsettle your race leader Abode, who of course comes all the way from, I don't know exactly where that is.
I will look at the standings for you there, because I think in the standings it shows people's nationalities, but I might be wrong. Just hang on a second.
It is the country of Lebanon.
Lebanon, yes. Lebanon, Chill's in England. And MCR has been passed by Pastor Jasper there. So Pastor Jasper's up to 4th. Jasper, who's had all sorts of horrible things going on in this race, is somehow back into a good position. He could get 3rd if he gets past the boot, as he hasn't scored any points, believe it or not. He disconnected in Bahrain, DNF last week. And the Dutchman will want to spoil people's party today. He can still win this race. I know he's further back, but like he said, anything can still happen. Will all the soft runners be able to catch up to the medium runners? We'll have to wait and see. Ghost is still on the shot as well, but don't forget he's got a 3-second time penalty. Ghost, the man from England, wants to spoil the party as well as Pastor Jasper is setting the fastest lap of this race. Chill, I have to say, his pace is incredible on the set of medium. I think it's starting to show that his tyres up to temperature. Maybe having a setup is helping Chill more than Cam in certain corners then. But I think Cam just maybe has a better straight line speed potentially. But we will see. I think we want to see a fight between these two. And Cam has scored points in every single race this season. So is Chill. So they both want to end with their best result of the season. I think Chill's best result of the season was last week. He got 12 points, which I believe was 4th place. Yeah, it was 4th place he got last week. And he wants to turn that 4th place into a win. He hasn't got a win. We've had 2 different winners. Can we get a 3rd? It's looking likely at the moment because most of the ones who have won are either not here or are having trouble at the moment. As Mick has retired and Chris is down in 10th place. But Chris is going to get some points. Chill. Could he have a look on the long left and right-handers coming up between turn 13 and 14, heading towards turn 15 and 16. Oh, it's going to be very, very tight indeed. I don't know which way it's going to go, but if these two keep fighting, Abode's going to be like, you know what, I can get past both of you.
Yeah, Abode's only 4 seconds down on these guys, both on 6-lap old medium tyres, but Abode, to be fair, has been dropped relatively compared to these guys. Meanwhile, Ghost has got past Ledy for 7th and 8th position. I've noticed on the timing tower right there, but Cam now on lap 22, still leads in America. Chill not too far behind, 4 tenths to go. Remember, if you're down the long back straight and you're in 4 tenths, there's your opportunity. If you're in that 4 tenths, outside your 4 tenths, and you're going to really have to try and make something work. You have to take a dive from a couple of tenths back, but Cam just needs to keep about 4 or 5 tenths, and then he'll be good. Right now, it's hovering about that 5-tenth gap as he come down towards that second split. Chris, fast lap of this race, setting the timing tower alive again. He's so far in 10th. Leaders. Now, what's the gap? 5 tenths so far. Look for the DRS activation point down to 4 tenths. This is a bit closer now.
I think he can get him.
He'll be close. Let's see. Camlo gets a better X on the outside then, but DRS activated. And now all of a sudden he's going to be under threat there. Is he going to go and cover them? The AlphaTauri to the inside line, and has he got the job done? Yes, he has. Cam doesn't want to battle it too heavily. He's not battling it then. Is he happy with where he's got? Meanwhile, we've got Harry, really not having much luck in this afternoon. He's gone off again, but Chill now into the lead. Then the Englishman takes it from the American. Then in the hearts of hundreds of thousands of Americans. Slightly sink then, but it's not over yet. Cam has still got a chance. Chill, though, he's got incredible pace in this afternoon's race.
He has, and it could be the chance for Chill to get the maximum points here today. Because according to Jacob, the maximum points you can get is 37. That is if you get the win in the sprint race and the win in the features of the main 50% race. Chill would love it to go to him, but maybe Cam knows he's on the softest tyre and he knows he's going to get a bit more slipstream, a bit more toe potentially, just by being behind as well. But there could be a danger that Chill just so quick around this track. Chill just could be increasing the gap just a little bit more. Look at the gap, he's increasing 7 tenths now. I think this is a mistake for Cam, or he might just be happy with second because of the horrific race he had at the sprint race. But it just shows in League of Europe that you do not give up. Maybe he's just being a little bit more patient and knows that the good results are still to come. Because don't forget, he finished last, I believe, in the sprint race last week, or 18th. I don't know. So that will be still pretty decent if you could do so. Abode's still in there. Pastor Jasper as well. Don't forget the soft runners as well. Which this is going to be a cracking end to this afternoon's motor race, and I can't wait. And I'm going to see quickly how Division 1 is going on at the moment, because you can watch Division 1 going on at the same time as us as well. They're on the end of their race, and something's going on. Harry F is off. Safety car, obviously.
Deployed. Full course safety car. Now everyone is going to be in the pits for a set of soft tyres. Absolutely everyone. You would be surprised. Then in comes Cam.
Chill stays out.
Chill stays out. In comes Cam. Staying out is Abode. Jasper in the pit lane. MCR in the pit lane. YHYY in the pit lane. Now we're all coming in, Jess. Everyone coming in apart from the two at the front. This is going to turn this race on its head. And right now, Abode's going to be the backer.
Why is ghosting? He's on softs.
His tyres, Jess. I don't think his tyres are going to last this long. And what? They're 5-lap old tyres. They'll be struggling. He's going for another set of soft tyres. He has another set. That's good strategy then. So he gets back going out then on a new set. Cam has got a lifeline in this race. He is going to have to push like hell right now. If he wants to win this race, he's going to have to get past Abode. And then Chill's going to be presumable light work. We're going to be going on that 26 of this race. So if we're going to get one, what, 25, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, 26 of the last lap.
Lap 27.
Lap 27, but I think it'll come on a lap 26 if anything. But this is going to turn its head. It's going to turn its head on its house. It's going to turn this house on its head.
Oh, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be exciting.
Cam's going to have 1 or 2 shots. He's going to have to get a boat very quickly. This has been a strategic blunder, potentially. This race that almost begun in ore might finish in ore as well, because Cam could have a chance here. He has got chances.
Famous last words.
Jasper's not far behind as well. MCR on the softs. So is Y8. If those medium and hards do not get the grip, which they presumably won't, they're on warm tyres as well compared to these brand spanking, nice, shiny new tyres. They could be in a lot of trouble.
Yes, literally, everybody that's still in this race, who is in the top 10, I would say, could win. I think Philip could, right, actually, no. If you've got a penalty, I'm sorry, you're out of this. So I think the top 6 could still win this race. Chris could still win this race after a brilliant start at the start of the race, but he just got so unlucky. So, would it be Chill, Abood, Cam, Jasper, MCR, YHYY, or Chris that would win the United States Grand Prix? Oh, I can't call it. But we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 retirements, and it's all been about survival for a lot of these drivers. And if you just stay in this race, you could be on for your best result in League of Europe this season. Matt Tibbles, though, still could get a podium. He only got 3 seconds, I believe. He got a podium in Bahrain. Harry F is out of this race, so his point streak has come to an end, unfortunately. So his mixed point streak.
12 for 12. If 12 is a point, isn't it? Still?
No. You have to finish. Oh,
never mind. But there, point in my eyes, okay? He's got a point in my head.
It does depend on the 9. Actually, no, it was more than 9%. I don't know. I don't know. I will have to double check that with the stewards if Harry F gets a point or not. But I doubt it. But we will have to wait and see. So, Chill has got the pace, but has he got the grit? Abood, the man that I was rooting, could possibly win this race. He's on the mediums, but can those get to the end? The ones on the freshest softs could be the favourite. And Chris playing that backseat role, well, he could just avoid the carnage and get every single one of them and take the win. We don't know. We will have to wait and see. I'm sure everybody here today on this racetrack who is still in this race will be nervous. Safety car is in then. Grab your popcorn. Division 1 has just finished. And welcome to those of you that joined for Division 1. We've got the final few laps of this race. I think, Lee, we only have time to interview our race winner tonight because I will have to get ready soon for my race. But, oh my God.
Who's going to win?
Who's going to win? I don't know. I'm not going to predict, Liam, because whoever I predict is going to die. So, we will have to wait and see. So, Liam, hand it over to you.
Ready to rumble then. Chill, Abood, Cam, Jasper, MCR, Y8. There is 11 cars going to be vibing for this podium. Abood and Chill could be sitting targets right now. We've got 2 and a bit laps to go. Now they'll be wanting to leave it as late as possible. They're not going to leave it as late as possible. They've hit each other. They've touched each other and away we go. Cam's going for it. He goes for it. Then there was forward breast in the background. But here comes Cam, the American, into turn number 1. And this race on the inside, there goes a McLaren Ghost. What a start from Ghost there. All the way from the back, almost to the front of this grid. What a terrible start there from a boat. Chill is backed them right up. And that has caused all sorts of mayhem. Jasper down in 8th, Chris down in 9th. But Cam, he's going for it. He's looked on the inside, he couldn't quite do it. Not for the McLaren, got yellow flags. That is Chris. He's got a terrible start. Off the road goes Y8.
It's Ghost. Ghost could get second from Cam. Ghost is having an almighty challenge. I think I don't think he will get the win anyway. So I don't think Cam's going to fight this too much because he knows about the penalty. But he might be a bit worried that Ghost will pull that 3 second. But still, P2 or P3 will still be pretty decent. So he's got to focus on getting Chill then for the time being. Abood has dropped out of this then, and that's not helped MCR at all. Aledi is getting past Pastor Jasper then up to 7th, but Pastor Jasper will get 7th. I think he'll get sick because of the penalties as he goes towards turn number 15. Here he comes. Jasper, comeback of dreams. Switch back. Here comes Matt Tibos on the charge then. In towards turn 17. Then they go. Matt Tibos could be on for a good recovery drive once again. Who pretty badly missed out on points in the sprint race. He's got the switch back into the final corner. I think he's got him. Yes, he is got him. Matt Tibbles up to 8th place. Najram's up to 5th. Najram has had a good result so far. Shame about the 6-second penalties. He'll drop way down the field. We'll keep an eye on the top 2. And also Ghost as well. Don't count out Ghost for the win. But it may be too little too late. So realistically, it's between the top 2. Chill versus Cam. Chill the Englishman. Cam, the one who wants to win his own Grand Prix, who had a terrible race in the sprint race. Imagine what comeback of dreams it would be to go from 18th to 1st. His teammate is down in 18th, be DNF'd. So I can't remember when his last win was in LOE. I'll need to double check that. He'll probably will tell me.
We're going to have, Jess, one DRS attack in this race. Last lap's going to be DRS activated. Camlo burning a bit of DRS. He's a little bit too far back. He's closing. Is there an opportunity down into the braking zone of 12? He's going for it! Inside, has he got the job done? He's alongside him, and he's tucked on the exit. Cam, using he's going to try and push him. He'll be forced out wide. He'll have the inside for the next corner. Can he dodge round the outside? Yes, he can then.
He's got into
the ultimate lap then. Here in America,
a bit of a twitch.
Makes a small mistake. And now there's an opportunity then. They're going to have one lap of DRS. Cam's going to be pushing it now. Hard as you can. He needs to pull as big of a gap. 4 or 5 attempts and it'll be good then down the straights. He's got a bit pace. He's got the soft tyres. This race that began in drama is going to finish in drama. Casper is leading here on the final lap. DRS is active. Camlo, look at the pace he's got now. He did the opportunity he needs to. Now he's got 6-7 attempts. This is going the way of the American.
Wow, I have to say, he was very patient, wasn't he? Going into the last lap, he didn't want to go for it straight away. I know he didn't want to have the same mistake as he did earlier as well. He's just being very calm. But if I was him, I would be very nervous. My heart will be absolutely pounding right now at the moment. The man who scored consistently in the points, so is Chill as well. Chill will still have the DRS. Going towards turn 11 then. Would it be enough? Would it be enough? Or will Cam be able to pull? I don't think Chill's got less DRS. Chill's got less DRS and he has got the pace. The softs are the fastest tyre then. Heading towards turn 12 and 13. The long left-hander and then moving to the right. Meanwhile down the back, Chris is up to 7th and he may gain a few positions. He may go up to 5th as well due to those time penalties. Matt Tibos down the inside of a boot then. Heading towards the long right hand of 13 and 14. Can't quite do it. Haboo's dropping down the field. It's a second between Cam and Chill. Oh, Liam, take us through the final few corners.
Well, from 18th on the grid, it was almost plumb dead last at the beginning. Cam comes to the line. The American's gonna win his home Grand Prix. Cam's done it from almost last to first. This race, absolutely phenomenal. Chill in second, MCR in third, Ghost in fourth, Chris in fifth at the end, and Lady in sixth. Abood has spun across the line in seventh, Jasper is in eighth, Naramsem ninth, Tibos 10th, YH YY in 11th, but Kankei's done it in America. Absolutely phenomenal.
I think we have a certain MCR in the chat who's very happy about getting a P3 there. So, yeah, I think that was the best that MCR could have done, and he was happy with that. But Cam, to win his own Grand Prix is quite incredible. Not many people have done that. No American drivers won the United States Grand Prix, apart from Mario Andretti's 1977 US Grand Prix West in Long Beach, but that was won at the United States Grand Prix then. We will have time. Will we have time to? I don't think we have to. I think we only have time to interview the winner.
We'll drag Cam in somehow.
Yeah, we'll interview. I think we'll interview the winner because I got to go. I think you will have to interview because I'll have to get my equipment sorted. But we'll run through your results then. We'll have to go into the D3 comms block in just a second, Liam, if that's all right. But anyway, so those are your results then for the whole weekend. But you'll get your race results then. So Cam wins, Chill in second, MCR third, Ghost and Chris, good recovery from Chris actually, one of my drivers of the day, Aledi in 6th, Abu 7th, Jasper 8th, Nantram 9th, Matt Tibbles 10th, YHYY in 11th, they all score points. Then your times are Harry F, Melty, Mick, Matty, Ryan Belshaw, Major, Giant Bravery, Slavery and Jordan. Wow, so many DNF. Shall we go into the comms room, Liam?
I'll jump in there now.
Yeah, we will jump in now. So here we go. As I'm going to get ready for my race, and hopefully we can speak to Cam then to see how we. I don't think he was expecting that. Do you think he was expecting that?
Oh, absolutely not. He was not going to be expecting that one at all. That was incredible then. From where he started, almost plumb dead last, wins the race in what has been an incredible race. Absolutely incredible. And, well, he is going to be ecstatic after that one. So, there we are. But we'll drag him in just a few moments. He is very happy. But that is going to go down as one of the most happiest ones ever. We've got Chill in there, so I can drag some of them in to the commentary box. I'll drag Chill in, actually, whilst we're here. We'll do, I'll do some interviews whilst we wait. So let's go and drag Chill in, who finished in 3rd, I think, didn't they?
I think he finished 2nd. He finished 2nd.
We'll drag Chill in quickly. And so, Chill, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, we certainly can. Well, 2nd in the end for you. An incredible race. Pipped on the penultimate lap. I mean, you've got to take a lot of ups from that. You were driving incredible through that.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough to Cam K and everyone else who got to pit, but that's like 5 or 6 safety cars where I didn't get a chance to pit there. It's a bit of a joke, really, considering how many times that's happened to me here. But, oh well. Honestly, I'll take a 2nd, considering I was like 1 hard and 10 softs behind me.
Yeah, indeed. You got very close on the restart as well. I mean, yeah, how hard is it out there when you look behind? How much pressure do you have on you when you saw the amount of drivers on those softs?
It's not easy. I think I was helped by the fact that I think it was the McLaren behind me had a pen, so I knew he wasn't going to push too hard to get past me, which kind of helped with not being slowed down too much. And honestly, my pace on the hards wasn't too bad, so I was able to keep them around about a 2nd back. So I was just trying to cling on to Cam K for DRS at the end, but oh well.
Yeah, indeed. Well, good job, Low, on that 2nd position right there. But let's go and move on to your race winner. Of course, 3rd place isn't joining us, and let's drag Mr. Homeboy, the winner of the American Grand Prix, the American. Let's drag Cam in. Cam, can you hear us? Cam? Cam?
I think he's
Don't
on
tell
mute.
Cam. Cam, you're on mute.
Well, now.
Oh, he's mute. Cam, from 18th on the grid, you won your home race. Now, I know, because you said in the chat, you did not have a setup in the first race. How are you feeling right now for start?
A lot of things. Ecstatic, relieved, vindicated. Yeah, I was not expecting much. I saw when we were in waiting for the one shot, I saw I didn't have a setup, so my expectations were about as low as they could get. And then when I missed my breaking point and hit Ryan B at the start of the sprint race, so that put me at the back, and from there I was just kind of wanting to do the best I could. And then when I saw how much pace I had in the hards, it was just kind of slowly built from there. And then when that last safety car came out and I saw Chill didn't come in, it was really just about trying to stay as calm as I could.
Yeah, indeed, of course. Winning in your home race, I think that is the first time you won your home Grand Prix from memory serves. You've got to be pretty proud there as well. I mean, it's not often you see it, but The last 2 laps, Cam. Just take us through your emotions on that last 2 laps.
I don't actually remember the penultimate lap, but the last lap, once I got past Chill, I was listening to the stream. It's a big delay, but I was listening to the stream, and you weren't helping me, Evil. I was just trying to like not sell it too early, because there have been times where I've lost the car in the final moments of a race, like Emily lost out one of the chicanes on the penultimate lap and lost a good result. So I knew that it wasn't over until I was on the traction coming out of the last corner, and yeah, I was just trying to not throw it off the track.
Indeed. And Jess, do you have any words to your dear friend Cam, and of course to Chill as well?
Well, I think you pretty much answered all of the questions you were going to ask, Cam, Liam. So you kind of nicked it as well. From one American track to another, what are your expectations going into Miami next week? 'Cause it's a new track. How are you feeling about that one?
I know I've got pace there. It really just depends on keeping the car clean, not making mistakes, and just really being there when, you know, safety cars come out, or other people make mistakes, or just be there, really.
Yeah, that sounds good. Those are all my questions, Liam.
Yeah, indeed. And to Chill, as you're still here, what do you think of Miami as well? I mean, it's a difficult circuit, and do you expect yourself to be doing well there as well?
I've heard there's not great traction. That's about all I've heard. I've done it offline like twice. It was all right, but I wouldn't say I'd be as good there as I was here.
Indeed. So, Jess, as I know you have to go in a few moments' time because you've got your own race to race, I'll let you round it up.
Okay, so thank you to everybody that is tuned in. We do appreciate it, even if you watch us post-event. Also, thank you to the drivers for taking part and putting on a great show. It was a very good race. I very enjoyed it. I'd like to go to USA tracks more often. Obviously, thank you, of course, to Liam, of course, for joining me. And obviously, thank you to the lobby host and the stewards as well. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Next week, like I was saying earlier, we head to Miami. Normal racing program continues. Short qualifying, followed by a 50% race. And there's still more action in Austin, Texas. The sprint weekend continues with Division 2 and Division 4 having their races in just over 5 minutes time, and you can cheer me on in a Division 4. I think Mark is racing in that as well. So we'll see how good we are to redeem ourselves after last week's troubles. But have a good evening, everybody. We're going to have to go. Safe travels, good luck if you're still racing, and make sure you tune into D2 and D4 in just under 5 minutes time. Until then, see you soon, and goodbye.